She threw a look of impatience over her shoulder, but Scooter just grinned, shifting his weight. He had harassed her, begging to get a better look at the dagger, but she insisted he wait until they got home. In the kitchen, Amy placed the carton of worms on the counter next to a portable FM radio, playing a local country station. She heaved a sigh as Scooter peered over her shoulder and inside her purse. She removed the strange weapon. Scooter snatched the dagger. He let the cloth fall and stared, mesmerized at the archaic weapon, and lifted the blade like a scrawny young Conan. Incredible. He turned it, running his fingers along a rope of gold intertwined on the handle. Strange lettering. Amy leaned closer to get a better look. It seems to be a runic alphabet popular in the 7th century. And I don't think it's a replica either. He turned the dagger again. Written in modern-day English with a crude flair was the name Tobias. A friend of yours? Amy tucked a lock of hair behind her ear. She grabbed a pitcher from the refrigerator. She poured a glass of tea. As she sipped, she eyed Scooter over the rim of the glass. He quirked his eyebrows in question. She took the strange artifact from Scooter's grasp, whirled, and strode toward the living room. You know Abe. He's always messing with me. Scooter followed her. But where on earth would he have gotten something like that? Where does Abe get half the junk he collects? Probably an auction or the scrapyard. If only she believed that. Amy plopped on the couch. The dagger balanced on her lap. With shaky fingers, she gripped the sofa cushion. Scooter sat beside her. You okay? My God, Tobias, you are real. She palmed her forehead. Scooter grasped her hand. Are you about to faint? She shook her head and pulled her hand from his grasp. I'm fine. So she wasn't losing her mind. The thought should be comforting, but the alternative meant a beast might really be coming for her. Tobias? You there? Her hands trembled. Scooter turned and grabbed a vial from the end of the table. Here. She took it from him and sipped, grateful she had more in the house. She leaned back against the cushion and closed her eyes. The black herbal mash scratched at her throat. I need to know. Who are you? What is a dark trinity?
A gift.
Amy smiled at the sound of Tobias's deep voice. His random visits to her mind were becoming familiar, and she got worried when he didn't respond right away. Thank you. It's remarkable. Can I keep it? Scooter asked, reaching out and patting the hilt. Amy shook her head. I think I should hold on to it.
Give the dagger to the boy.
You said it was a gift.
Never said the gift was yours to keep. The boy must have the blade.
Scooter carefully took the weapon. Zach will have a nerdgasm when he sees this. Are you sure about this, Tobias? She locked all the windows and the front door. come and play a session of my new war game.
Locks will not keep you safe from the beasts.
Scooter waved Amy on, pointing the dagger like an officer of the cavalry. I don't see you doing anything about it except giving Scooter a sharp, pointy knife.
In my world, the boy would have fathered 3 offspring and killed a dozen men his age.
Kids here do that too, if they're in the Aryan or Tango Blast gang.
If you do not trust me, then all the nightmares you attributed to vengeful rats will become your world's reality.
What do you know about those nightmares?
They were not nightmares. They were visions of mine. Visions of possible futures that may still become.
Are you coming? Scooter called. Amy reluctantly followed him down the hall. Do you know how much stress those nightmares, visions, caused me?
Your days of stress are inconsequential to my greater goals.
You're a jerk sometimes, you know that? Scooter laid the dagger on his bed. He began placing small pewter soldiers on a wooden table, decorated with a tiny scaled-down forest, actual rocks taken from their driveway, and plastic highways. I'm setting up the armies for combat now. Some have swords and magic, and others have assault rifles and SMGs. Once again, her mind had gone quiet, signaling that Tobias had left the building. Aren't you a little old to be playing with action figures? Action figures? Scooter scowled. These are genuine metal miniatures that I diligently painted myself. Amy palmed her heart, feigning interest. Pardon me, my mistake. He grabbed a figurine. This knight has 10D confidence and is equipped with a 2D8 valiant scythe that can obliterate an army of dread goblins in one roll. Hardly a children's game. Amy pushed from the doorway and picked up a tiny knight. She examined it quickly before placing it beside the figurine Scooter had just held. No, that's an Imperial gunsmith. He can't move that many squares away from his original formation. This is more complicated than you realize. Allow me to explain the... As intriguing as this sounds, I have to take this call. Outside, Atticus leaned against the door and sighed. The roar of a bonfire reaching for the purple sky caught his attention. With determined and wide strides, he approached and shucked his robe. He tossed it into the fire. Hungry flames engulfed the luxurious fabric. Black smoke billowed, blotting out the stars. A gust of dry wind rustled the agave scattered amongst the span of the desert. Beneath the dim illumination of the street lanterns, he plodded along the footpath. Rounding the corner of Eagle Hall, he found himself locked in Elder Kai's steely gaze. Standing amongst a patch of yucca plants, Elder Kai shook his head. You disappoint me. I'm no selector, and most definitely no longer a twin. Not even a knight. Then who are you? Perhaps I should be retrained as a leather worker or a blacksmith, or even a basket weaver. Basket weaving? Not while I draw breath. This just might be a good sign. You have not let your new position as lead warrior go to your head. You will make a fine knight. It's the 21st century, Elder. What can knights and paladins offer in this modern age of military machinery, biochemical weapons, and digital warfare? We've nothing but swords, faith, and a pinch of the arcane. You've still much to learn about the forces of destruction this order has fought against for ages. Without us, Atticus, there would be no modern society as we know it. Do not speak so lightly of swords, faith, and magic. What if I choose not to follow this path? Few are ever ready to follow their path. You must take a leap of faith as your first step. The Order and the Templar Court are prepared to trust in me. Alone, without my twin? Are you also willing to play with madness? The better question is, are you prepared for the repercussions of not playing with madness? Because if you choose not to accept that which lay before you, then you do so at the peril of all humanity. The elder's head cocked, eyes narrow with curiosity. Do you fear you cannot defeat the beast? No. I will shred him. I swear it so. Rorn's death will be avenged. I see. The elder walked along the stone path. Atticus followed. Rorn did not relinquish this burden on you alone without proper cause. Accepting it for vengeful desires is irrelevant. However, refusing it entirely would be catastrophic. There is a larger scheme existing between the stars of this world and a million others. Destinies have been foretold, Atticus. The weight of universes fall upon your shoulder, and the shoulders of others that you will soon encounter. So if you must pursue the beast for revenge, then so be it. As long as you pursue the beast. Others? What others? Elder Kai scratched his chin. Rorn spoke to me about others. You will soon meet them, and they will become your allies against the forces that threaten all worlds. A massive shadow crawled over the compound as a monstrous storm cloud obscured the evening sun. Twin lightning bolts struck through the black cloud. The wind carried the foul stench of ash and ammonia. Atticus and Elder Kai gawked at the archaic symbol, emblazoned against the black storm cloud. Glancing to the eastern sky, Elder Kai shook his head. It has begun. What has begun? The old man palmed his forehead and sighed. The time of reckoning the beast. Rarely did Geminus encounter another Geminus, especially a mate. But Isaac instinctively recognized the scent of a female whelp. Darkness smoked from his rigid body and rose into the sky, eclipsing the evening sun. Twin lightning bolts split the blackened clouds.
Do these Cretans actually believe their inferior edifices can yield shelter? Not even the gods can stand between me and my mate.
For centuries, Isaac had crossed myriad worlds without ever detecting a female. Since male Geminus would slaughter their male and female cubs and the cubs of other Geminus, their survival depended on scattering their offspring across the numerous cosmic planes where they'd be hidden. Isaac bolted across the highway. A gust of wind swept across the road, tumbling the truck like a clump of weeds. The groaning fire overtook the yelping driver. The wheel rolled onto the highway, and a charred door skidded across the grass. Howling winds returned to Isaac, cocooning him like a mother to a newborn babe. He strode across the supermarket's parking lot, barren of life, except for her, his geminous twin. All the mortals cowered in their puny structures. At a whim, he could have raised all of them and slaughtered the inhabitants, but he'd achieved his goal. He was alone with his twin. There's been a slight setback in the plans. The jalopy blew a gasket. We're about 2 hours out of Pecos. Mechanic said it won't be fixed until tomorrow morning.
I got some worms. We going fishing when you get home? If the beast hasn't eaten me by then.
Should she tell Shane about the voice and the dagger? You know I'll be itching to take you fishing.
Oh my God.
Damn. I think we're having a mild earthquake.
Same here. You think we're experiencing the same earthquake?
Maybe. Got some freaky-ass lightning.
I saw the lightning too. But you're hundreds of miles away. How could we be watching the same storm?
Great. The world is ending and I'm stranded in East Bumfuck with Birch. This day just keeps getting better and better.
I haven't seen any more lightning and the ground's not shaking anymore. Maybe whatever it was is over.
Stay put until we know for sure.
That works for me.
I'll see if there's any reports about the storm on the news. My battery is low and all I had was a car charger, so I gotta say adios, babe. I'll see you in the morning.
I love you.
Later. As the phone went silent, darkness swallowed the trailer.
Amy?
Scooter called from behind her.
The power went out.
Amy entered the master bedroom. She threw open Shane's closet and took out one of his hunting rifles. Remington 30-30.
I will protect you when the time comes.
That's comforting, but I'm still gonna sleep with the gun.